Hello friends. Now in this lecture we'll start new chapter, that is factorization. Okay, so factorization, I hope you know, basically in this chapter we have to take common, we have to apply identities. Okay, by using them we have to express the given expression in the form of the product of some other expression. So factorization is actually meaning to rewrite the given expression in the form of the product of the expressions. So let us start with directly the questions. So here is the very first question. I'm considering that you are ready with the identities and all those. So very first question that will start. I'm taking the simple question for your convenient. Then will come gradually increase the level. So here is the question: x square plus 3x raised to 2 minus 5 multiplied by x square plus 3x minus y x square plus 3x plus 5y. Okay, you have to factorize this. So it is x square plus 3x whole square minus 5x square plus 3x minus y x square plus 3x plus 5y. So from these you can see that x square plus 3x is the common uh, term that we can take out, x square plus 3x, isn't it? So here I took x square plus 3x common from first two. So I will left with x square plus 3x minus 5. Over here, from these two I can take y common, or it's better to take minus y common. So I will left with x square plus 3x minus 5. Okay. Now from these two again I can take x square plus 3x minus 5 common. X square plus 3x minus 5 common. So I left with x square plus 3x minus y. So these are the two factors. Now here it is again possible to factorize this. For that, what we will do, okay, before I proceed, let me tell you one thing. See, this is a quadratic expression. I hope you understand quadratic expression. So, it sometime it is possible to factorize further, sometime it is not possible to factorize it further. So, how will determine whether it is possible to factorize further or not? For that, I am giving you very short method. However, that is a concept related to 10th, but just to know whether it is possible to factorize the uh, given expression, given quadratic expression further or not, what I will do, see, suppose we have expression ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, so here I will find one term, that is d. I will find the value of b square minus 4ac. B square minus 4ac must be equal to, what should I say, uh, real number, or better to say must be a complete square. Okay, if it is a complete square, then it is possible to factorize further. However, if it is not a complete square, still it is possible, but in that case its factors will be in irrational. Its factors will be irrational. And here I am trying to find the factors, rational factors. Okay, so this you have to keep in your mind to determine whether it is possible to factorize the given quadratic expression further or not. Just get the value of b square minus 4ac and it should be complete square. So here, um, if I find the value of b square minus 4ac, that is, so if I compare this given equation with the help of this ax square plus bx plus c, I can say a is equal to 1, b is equal to 3 and c is equal to minus 5. Now b square minus 4ac, 1 square minus 4 into a into minus 5. So 1 plus b square. Okay, it's b square. So 3 square minus 4 into a into c, that is 9 plus 29 minus 4 into a into c. So this is 29. So definitely it is possible to factorize, but it is not possible to get the real roots. Okay, you won't get the factors in which the constant is a rational number. So we say this is our final answer. Okay, so please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now we'll see the next question. Next question is 5x minus 1 upon x whole square. Okay, next question is 5x minus 1 upon x whole square plus 4 into 5x minus 1 upon x into 5x minus 1 upon x plus 4 plus 4. Here it is given x is not equal to 0. Okay, why x is not equal to 0? Because if x becomes 0, this won't be defined. This won't be defined. So here you have to find the factors of this expression. So if you observe little bit carefully, this is a complete square. So if I say this is y, so actually this will become y square plus 4y plus 4. Okay, so I'm considering this for a while, it is y square. So let us see how to solve this. Let 5x minus 1 upon x is equal to y. So here it will become therefore y square plus 4y plus 4. Now you can see this is a quadratic polynomial, and uh, we know how to factorize a quadratic polynomial by splitting the middle term. Definitely we come to this section separately, splitting the middle term, but you should have the basic idea of splitting the middle term. So here we can factorize this. Again I can check whether it is possible to factorize further or not with the help of this method, but here I am easily able to see the factors of this. So here I can write y square plus 2y plus 2y plus 4. So this will become y plus 2. Okay, I am taking y common from first two, so y plus 2. Again I will take 2 common, so y plus 2. So ultimately I will get y plus 2, again y plus 2. So here it is actually y plus 2 whole square. I can say this is y plus 2 square. Now y is 5x minus 1 upon x. Okay, here it is y plus 2 whole square. So further I'll replace the value of y, that is 5x minus 1 upon x whole square. So factors are 5x minus 1 upon x into 5x plus 1 upon x. Okay, y is this, so y plus 2 whole square. Okay, at the place of y I have kept 5x minus 1 upon x. Okay, so this is the final answer. Note it down, then we'll see the next question. So now let us see the next question. Okay, next is 4x plus y whole square, 4x plus y whole square plus 49y square minus 28y x plus y. Okay, so now we have to factorize. You see, there are two squares, two terms which are complete square. This one is the complete square, this one is the complete square. And whenever we have two terms which are complete square, we may get an identity of a plus b whole square or a minus b whole square, depend on the remaining term. So here it is minus, so it's quite possible that this is a square, this is b square, this is minus 2ab. This is the one of the possibility. If this is not exactly minus 2ab, then definitely by adding something in this, we may get that identity. So first I will try to adjust the identity. Might be it is a minus b whole square. So for that, what I will do, I do write the first term in the complete square form, that is 2x plus y whole square. I wrote it in the form of a square, and I will write this second term in the form of b square, that is 7y whole square. Now if I consider this is might be identity of a minus b square, so according to that, this is a square plus b square, and next term should be minus of 2 into a. Here a is 2x plus y and b is 7y. Okay, so now if the product of these three is this, then this become an identity of a minus b whole square. So let us see whether the product of these three is this or not. So 2 into 2, 4 into 7, yes, 28, as well as y, yes, 28y and x plus y. Exactly, it fits the identity of a minus b whole square, that is a minus b whole square, that is 2x plus 2y minus 7y whole square, that is 2x minus 5y whole square. So this is the final answer. So please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now let us see the next question. Okay, next question is we have to find the factors of a raised to 12 x raised to 4, a raised to 12 x raised to 4 minus x raised to 12 a raised to 4. Okay, so here first of all, if we see about any identity, this doesn't fixed in any identity, but definitely we can take something common. So let us see how to solve this. It is a raised to 12 x raised to 4 minus x raised to 12 a raised to 4. So what we can take common, a raised to 4 as well as x raised to 4. So if I take a raised to 4, x raised to 4 common, here I will left with a raised to 6 minus x raised to 6. Okay, now further this remains as it is. Okay, a raised to 4, x raised to 4 remains as it is. Now over here it is a raised to 6 minus x raised to 6. So here definitely we can apply the identity of, directly there isn't any identity, but we can write this in the form of a cube minus b cube, isn't it? This is x raised to 2 whole cube minus a raised to 2 cube minus x raised to 2 cube, that is a cube minus b cube. Now I am conceding that you are ready with the identities. Now a cube minus b cube is identity of a cube minus b cube is a minus b a square plus b square plus ab. Okay, so here I do write a raised to 4 x raised to 4 as it is a minus b. So here a square is a, x square is b. So a minus b. Okay, a minus b, then a square, that means square of a square, plus b square, that means square of x square, plus ab, that is a square x square. Okay, so here I do write a raised to 4 x raised to 4. Now here this is a square minus x square, that is here I can apply the identity of a square minus b square, that is a minus b, a plus b. So here I do write a minus x, a plus x. Now over here it will become a raised to 4 plus x raised to 4 plus a square x square. Okay, now these first three terms, first, second, first term, this one and this one, it is not possible to factorize them further, but here it is possible to factorize it further. How can we factorize this? If I write, see, this remains as it is, a raised to 4 x raised to 4. Here it will remain a minus x, a plus x. This is a square square plus x square square. Now I can write 2a square x square. I wrote 2a square x square to make the identity of a square plus b square plus 2ab. And actually it is a square x square, so to make it adjust I subtract this. So then question remains same. Now first three terms gives you an exactly identity of a square x square whole raised to 2. So this remain as it is, a minus x, a plus x. Here it will become a square plus x square whole square, isn't it? A raised to 4 plus x raised to 4 plus 2a square x square minus, I can write it is ax whole square. Now again here I can apply an identity. This is a square minus b square. So note it down up to this point, then I will give you the remaining steps of this solution. Okay, so I'm writing the next step over here. This will become a raised to 4 x raised to 4 into a minus x into a plus x. Now a minus b, that is a square plus x square plus ax, a plus b, and a minus b, that is a square plus x square minus ax. See, again it is possible to factorize this if I write 2ax minus ax, but over there we have to introduce a root of ax, so we'll stop over here. Okay, we'll factorize a given expression until and unless we won't get the root sign in that. Okay, so this is the final answer. So I can say how many factors this has: 1, 2, 3, 4 and 4 and 4. That means it has 12 factors. Definitely a raised to 4, that is a into a into a into a. So we'll count it as different. So 4 factors these, 4 factors these, and these 4. Okay, so please note it down. Then we'll see the next question. Okay, now let us see the next question. Okay, now next question is x square plus 2xy, x square plus 2xy minus a square minus b square plus 2ab 2xy plus 2ab. We have to find the factors of this. Okay, x square plus 2xy minus a square minus b square plus y square plus 2ab. So this is not that much difficult. The only thing is that the keen observation you need. See, here I am finding x square, I am finding y square, I am finding 2xy. It means it is x square plus y square plus 2xy. Also there is a square, no doubt it is negative a square, b square is also there, and 2ab is also there. So first of all I do write the terms of similar, I won't say similar, but I will write the terms of containing x and y all together and the terms containing ab all together. So this gives you x square plus 2xy plus y square minus a square minus b square plus 2ab. Now this is clearly it is x plus y whole square. Okay, so here I can write x plus y whole square. Now over here I can't write a plus b whole square. Either I can't write a minus b whole square. So what I will do, I will take minus sign common so that it becomes the identity in this form. Okay, now first term is definitely it is x plus y whole square minus it is a minus b whole square. Now this is a square minus b square. Square of first quantity minus square of second quantity. That means sum of these two as well as difference of these two. So x plus y plus a minus b. See, over here even I won't apply these bracket, it is okay. But when I have to subtract these two, definitely I have to apply the bracket because there is minus sign there. Okay, so keep that habit to apply the bracket whether it is positive or negative, so you won't get you won't do the mistakes. So here x plus y plus a minus b, over here it is x plus y minus a plus b. Okay, so these are the factors of the given expression. Okay, so note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now let us see the next question. Okay, next question is 1 minus 2ab minus, next question is 1 minus 2ab minus a square plus b square. Okay, 1 minus 2ab minus a square plus b square. So think for a while that how you will find the factors of the given expression, then I will give you its solution. Okay, let us see how to solve this. One, see again here I am able to see a square, b square and 2ab. Okay, so first of all I will open the bracket, minus 2ab minus a square minus b square. So 1 I do write as it is, and from here I can take minus sign common, so this I will get in the bracket. Now here this 1 can be written as 1 square, and this, if you observe carefully, it is a square plus b square plus 2b. Only the order is different, otherwise this is clearly the identity of a plus b whole square. So here I can write a plus b whole square. Okay, so now again here you can see an identity of a square minus b square, isn't it? Square of this minus square of one more quantity, that is a plus b in the first bracket and a minus b in the second bracket. So this gives you 1 plus a plus b, and over here 1 minus a minus b. So this is the final answer. Please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now let us see the next question. Next question is x raised to 4 plus x square plus 1. X raised to 4 plus x square plus 1. So think for a while that how you will find its factor, then I will give you its solution. Okay, so let us see how to solve this. See, this uh, doesn't fit in any identity, even though this is a square plus b square. So we have to adjust it to get an identity. So here there are all three terms are complete square, so it might take some time. So I'm considering these two as a square plus b square. So here I wrote x raised to 4 plus x square plus 1. Now if I say this is a square, this is b square, then next term according to this should be 2 into a into b, isn't it? So if I take this as a square, this as a b square, so to make the identity complete I need 2ab, that is 2x cube. As I added this I have to subtract the same, so that question remains same, n plus 1. So even though if I write this as an identity, Further, this won't be a complete square, and hence it won't be able to factorize it further. So this selection, that is this I am considering a square and this I am considering is b square, is incorrect. That means we have to think about any other combination. So I am interchanging this, I am taking this and this. Okay, now if I continue by taking this as a square, this as b square plus 2 into a into b. Okay, so as I added 2x square, I will subtract 2x square, and at the end I do write the remaining term of the question. Okay, these two terms I wrote according to this sequence. This third term I wrote according to these two, so that first three gives me an identity. So a square plus b square plus 2ab. Now this actually I added extra to complete the identity. As I added this, I subtracted this, and then I wrote the remaining term. Now first three terms gives me x square plus 1 whole square, and this also gives me a complete square. Minus 2x square plus x square gives me minus x square. Not only this is giving me the complete square, as well as I am getting a minus sign between them so that I can factorize it further. So here I can write further, this I am considering as a, this as b. So I do write a plus b, a minus b. A plus b into a minus b. Now this is a quadratic polynomial, isn't it? This is a quadratic expression. So let me write first in the standard form x square plus x plus 1, and over here x square minus x plus 1. Now it is quite possible that we can factorize it further, and for that I gave you a small method. I will find the b square minus 4ac. Okay, 4ac. So here b is 1, minus 4 into a is also 1, c is also 1, that is minus 3. Okay, not only this is not a complete square, this is negative. So what we need, exactly complete square. That means it is not possible to factorize this. Okay, now for this again, if I find b square minus 4ac, so that is b square, that is minus 1 square minus 4 into a into c, that is again gives me 1 minus 4, that is minus 3. So again it is not possible to factorize this. That means these two factors remains as it is. So this is my final answer. Please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now we'll see the next question. Okay, I will give you one more question of almost similar type. So next is x raised to 4 plus 5x square plus 9. X raised to 4 plus 5x square plus 9. Okay, so here it is little bit easier than the previous one, because over there all three terms were complete square, so it was little bit difficult to identify that which term I should take as a square, which term I should take as b square. Okay, here there are only two complete squares, so it is easy. First I do write those two terms together. Okay, now I'll apply the identity. So here I'll take it x square square plus 3 square, that is a square plus b square plus 2ab. So 2 into a into b. Okay, so this gives me 6x square. Okay, now I can do directly. Here it is 5x square. So simply if I do minus x square, it gives me an identity. Or like the previous sum, as I added this, I will subtract this, and then I do write the last term. that is also the same thing. I wrote this, why? To make the identity complete. As I added this by my own to make the identity, I have to subtract this. So I added 3x square, I subtracted 3x square. Sorry, 6x square, not 3. Now at the end I do write the remaining term. So these first three terms, see, actually after that what should be there? First three definitely will be an identity because I wrote this term so that the identity becomes complete. Now these two, subtraction or addition, whatever, these two should give me minus of a whole square. Minus sign should be there, as well as after that there should be a complete square. So yes, the sum of these two is negative as well as that is complete square. So here I can write x square plus 3 whole square minus x square. So this is a square minus b square. I am writing in this way so that you won't get confused. A square minus b square. So a plus b into a minus b. Now again these two are the quadratic expressions. So first I do write in the standard form. Okay, and then I do check whether it is possible to factorize these two further. So I do check b square minus 4ac. So b square minus 4ac for the first one. B square is 1 square minus 4 into a is 1, c is 3. So 1 minus 12, that is it is going to be negative. So it is not possible. Now for second one, it will be minus 1 square minus 4 into a into c. Only b is negative. So this actually again going to give you the same thing. 1 minus 12, that is minus 11. It means it is not possible to factorize these two quadratic expressions further. So in that case I will say this is my final answer. So please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now let us see the next question. Okay, next question is x raised to 4 plus 4. Next question is x raised to 4 plus 4. Okay, now there isn't any third term. Okay, x raised to 4 plus 4. So we'll start with this only. Definitely these two terms are complete square. So I do write x square, sorry, x raised to 4 plus 4. Then I do write them these two terms in the form of an identity. So a square plus b square. Now further, either I can say plus 2ab or minus 2ab. Suppose I do write plus minus 2ab. Suppose I do write minus 2 into a into b. That means I added minus 4x square to make the identity complete. So I have to, I subtracted, so I have to add as well. Now even though these three terms gives me an identity, complete identity, here I do not have minus. Complete square is definitely there, but minus is not there, so it is not possible to factorize it further. So I have to make this as positive and this as negative. Now it is possible. I added 4x square, I subtracted 4x square. So now first three terms gives me an complete square, and the second term is also complete square with negative sign between them, so that I can apply the identity of a plus b into a minus b to factorize them further. So here I do write x square plus 2 whole square minus 2x whole square. That is x square plus 2 plus 2x, x square plus 2 minus 2x. Again, these two are the quadratic expressions. So first of all, I do write them in the standard form, and then I'll check whether it is possible to factorize them further or not by the help of this b square minus 4ac. For first one, b square minus 4ac, that is 2 square minus 4 into a into c. Yes, this is 4 minus 16. Okay, c is 2 actually. B square minus 4 into a into c, that is 4 minus 8, negative. So it is not possible. For second one, okay, it is almost same. Only the thing is that it is minus 2 whole square. Otherwise 4ac you will get the same thing. That means again you will get the negative value of this b square minus 4ac. So it is not possible to factorize these two quadratic expressions further. So I will say this is my final answer. So please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now let us see the next question. Next question is x square minus 4x, x square minus 4x, then again x square minus 4x minus 1 minus 20, x square minus 4x minus 20. So think for a while that how you will factorize it, then I will give you its solution. Okay, see here if you observe this x square minus 4x in first bracket is also a part of second bracket, isn't it? X square minus 4x we have over here as well as it is over here. So now what we will do, I will take this x square minus 4x as another term, let it be y for a while. Okay, so I will say let x square minus 4x is equal to y. Then what will happen? Here I can write therefore y, this is y minus 1, I am replacing this by y minus 1 minus 20. So this will become y square minus y minus 20. Now this is a quadratic expression, so we have to factorize this. So if you want to see, I know the factors here, I got it. If I find the factors of this to split this term, it is easy to get. But still, if you are getting confused whether it is possible to factorize it, see, if it is not possible to factorize it further, that means questions remain as it is. So that gives one idea, then definitely it is possible to factorize this over here at least. It is quite possible that after we put the value of y, it won't get factorized, but here it should be factorized. So y square minus 5y plus 4y minus 20. Okay, so here I can take y common, so y minus 5. I can take 4 common, so y minus 5. So further here I can write y minus 5, y plus 4. Now definitely this is not the expression in y, here the expression we have is in x. So now if I put the value of y over here, this will further become x square minus 4x minus 5 and x square minus 4x plus 4. Now it is quite possible that we won't get the factors of any of these, or we get the factor of both of these, or we may get the factor of either this or this. Okay, all four possibilities are there. So here again I am able to get the factors directly, but for your convenience, if you want to check with b square minus 4ac, so let us see. B square minus 4ac. So b square minus 4ac over here, it is minus 4 square minus 4 into a into c. So 16 plus 20. Yes, it is 36. I told you that b square minus 4ac should be a complete square. Yes, it is a complete square. It's a square of 6. Okay. For the next one, again if I check b square minus 4ac, so this is minus 4 square minus 4 into a is 1, c is 4. So 16 minus 16, 0. It is again a complete square, isn't it? 0 is a complete square. Okay, so it means it is possible to find the factor. So now we have to think how to proceed further. So generally to split the middle term or to factorize the quadratic expression, we go with the method splitting the middle term, and for that we do find the factors of the constant term. So here factors of 5, there are only two factors, 5 and 1. So here I can write x square minus 5x plus x minus 5, and over here I can write x square minus 2x minus 2x plus 4. So here it will be, if I take x common, so x minus 5. If I take plus 1 common, again x minus 5. Okay, over here if I take x common, it is x minus 2. If I take minus 2 common, it is again x minus 2. So over here it will become x minus 5 x plus 1, and over here it is x minus 2 x minus 2. Okay, or this is actually x minus 2 whole square. So these are the factors of the given expression. So please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, let us see the next. Okay, next is x raised to 12 minus y raised to 12. X raised to 12 minus y raised to 12. Okay, so there is a direct identity for this. Okay, now we can take, if I split this identity, this power, 4 raised to 3 or 6 raised to 2, because it is 12. So either I can write in this way. Okay, so I can apply the identity of a cube minus b cube, or if I write 6 and then I apply the power 2, then again I have to apply the power of identity of cube. So I will start with this. Okay, x raised to 4 raised to 3. So this is x raised to 12 minus y raised to 12. That is x raised to 4 raised to 3 minus y raised to 4 raised to 3. Okay, a cube minus b cube. So a cube minus b cube is a minus b. A minus b, then a square, that is x raised to 8 square, sorry, x raised to 4 square plus y raised to 4 square minus, not minus, plus x raised to 4 y raised to 4. Okay, this is the one way. Or if I say raised to 6 raised to 2, both ways are correct, but as I started with this, I will complete, then I will tell you is it how to solve with another method. Okay, so here now this can be written as x square square minus y square square. Okay, this gives me two factors, a plus b, a minus b. Now over here, this is a complete square, this is a complete square, and this is if I add 2ab and subtract 2ab, then again I will get an identity over here. So this is x raised to 4 whole square as it is plus y raised to 4 whole square as it is. Now according to identity, I am adding 2x raised to 4 y raised to 4. Okay, so here it should be minus x raised to 4 y raised to 4. Okay, 2x raised to 4 y raised to 4 minus x raised to 4 y raised to 4 is the same thing. Okay, here I can find the factors as a minus c. This is a square b square. So here I will get the factors a minus b into a plus b. Over here, see, first three terms gives an identity of x raised to 4 plus y raised to 4 whole square minus this can be written as x square y square whole square. Okay, this x raised to 4 y raised to 4 can be written as x square y square raised to 2, isn't it? So here again it will be 2. So a square plus b square plus 2ab. Now this further can be factorized. This is a square minus b square. So here I can write x minus y, x plus y, x square plus y square. Now over here, now I can apply the identity of a square minus b square, isn't it? So here it will be a plus b into a minus b, isn't it? A plus b, a minus b. So this cannot be factorized further. This cannot be factorized further. Here it is possible to factorize, but we'll get the root sign. So in that way I will say it is also not factorized further. Now here it is possible to factorize this as well as might be this. So note it down up to this point, then I will give you the remaining solution. Okay, so I am solving it further over here. So first let me write that step as it is, x plus y, then x square plus y square, then x raised to 4 plus y raised to 4 plus x square y square, then x raised to 4 plus y raised to 4 minus x square y square. Okay, so x minus y, x plus y, x square plus y square. Now over here what I will do, I do write this as x square whole square plus y square whole square plus 2x square y square minus x square y square. Okay, so a square plus b square plus 2ab. Now 2x square y square minus x square y square remains as it is. So this expression remains as it is. By doing so, as well as we'll get an identity. Here we'll get identity of a plus b whole square, and this is again a complete square with negative sign. And this I do write as it is, x raised to 4 plus y raised to 4 minus x square y square. See, again it is possible to factorize, but here again a root sign will come, so I won't factorize that further. Okay, so here next this x minus y, x plus y, x square plus y square. Now this a square plus b square plus 2ab, that is a plus b whole square. Okay, minus xy whole square. Okay, minus xy whole square. This x raised to 4 plus y raised to 4 minus x square y square. Okay, so now here again I can factorize this a square minus b square, that is a plus b into a minus b. So this become x minus y, x plus y, x square plus y square. Now this is a plus b into a minus b, and this x raised to 4 plus y raised to 4 minus x square y square as it is. So this is my final answer. How many factors are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 factors are there. So please note it down, this remaining solution. Okay, so that is all about this lecture. Now in next lecture we'll see some more questions on factorization. Till then, bye, thank you, take care, stay at